Valorant has only been out for about a week, but players are already asking for more items that they can earn in-game by simply playing and not buying something. Riot has responded to this request, saying that systems like this are coming. In this video I go in depth on Riot their statement and look at what's in store regarding time and skill-based rewards for Valorant. At this time, about 98% of my viewers are non-subscribed. It would mean a lot to me if you guys could sub and maybe like the video. It helps me a lot and I really appreciate it. Now, let's take a look at skill and time-based rewards coming to Valorant. On Reddit, 19Dan81 mentioned that he is missing something in Valorant at this point. Players can earn rewards through the Battle Pass and agent contracts, but there isn't really any rewards that show your prowess without ranked stats or time invested into the game. And I do believe that this is very important. When players are about to spend thousands of hours into the game, Riot should have something for them to reward the time spent. Dan says that, as it stands, you can acquire everything in Valorant if you're willing to pay for it. There's nothing to grind for that isn't already purchasable, which means there simply isn't anything rewarding for skill or time spent. This is a problem, especially when you consider that the ranking system doesn't reward skill or time spent either. This game needs content and exclusive features that is only accessible to those that are dedicated to the grind, so they can feel rewarded for time spent. Even the whales need something to grind for. This is something that players absolutely need and other games seem to already have in place. A couple examples that Dan mentions are the weapon camos players can work towards to get golden camos for each weapon in Call of Duty, and the badges in CSGO that show how long you have been playing the game for. These are just some examples and I will talk about more of them later in the video. Dan also mentions something very important in his message, that there's way too much emphasis on paywalling content and not enough emphasis on player retention long term and rewarding skill/time spent. If Riot manages to add systems like this to the game, while the game is very fun to play, they have gold in their hands. Players want to show off how good they are and how much time they have spent in the game, and Riot seems to have the answer for it. In the comments, Riot Telich, who is a software engineer for Valorant, responds to the question of Dan. He says the following: "Thanks for this feedback, I definitely empathize here. I love showing off stuff like meters ziplined as Pathfinder on my player card in Apex, or getting those mastery buddies on my gun in PUBG. We've got a few different systems in mind to provide mastery/time investment expression in Valorant. They just unfortunately didn't make it for launch. I can't go into specifics, but just know that we hear you. And we want this stuff in the game too." What the leech is saying here is that Riot already has some of these systems planned, but aren't worked out enough to make it into the full release. But we might see these systems soon, maybe when Ranked is released in a couple of weeks. The leech mentions some cool stuff from other games as well, like the cards from Apex Legends, which means that Riot is definitely taking inspiration from other games to see what works for Valorant. So for everyone that is waiting for a system like this, where you don't have to spend money to make progress in the game and show your prowess, there are systems coming your way, next to the ranked system, which should be coming in a couple of weeks. What could the systems be that work in Valorant next to other games? The leech mentions Apex Legends himself, which definitely has some elements that could work. Let's say you are a Viper player and you want a cool title. Riot could make a reward that gives you a title for the amount of people that you killed while inside your ultimate, for example, that unlocks after you killed, let's say, 100 players in your ultimate. This could also work with a card like Apex Legends, which shows the amount of players that you have killed inside your ultimate in total. There are endless possibilities with these cards, like damage dealt, abilities used, headshots you shot, basically everything you can think of in the game. The example from Call of Duty also sounds extremely good for Valorant. In Call of Duty, you need to make kills with a certain weapon in different ways to unlock camos for your weapon, which could suit Valorant as well. Let's say you have to make 1000 headshots with a weapon to get a golden variant of the standard skin, for example. That would be awesome. Not sure if Riot would go for a system that gives you skins for free, since everything has been behind a paywall except for the agent contracts, but it would be cool to get a special skin for the amount of kills that you have made, and would definitely make players grind for something. I guess there are a million things that Riot can do for Valorant to reward players for putting time into their game and show how good they are. Let me know in the comments down below what game has a system that you really like, and maybe Riot could use that in Valorant as well. I'm very hyped for the new system and hope to have it in the game soon. A like on the video would be really appreciated, but for now, I want to thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next one. Peace.